What up, people? Viewers. I need to come up with a better intro line. Let me try this again. What up, viewers? CP the Tool Addict here. Hope you're having a great weekend. Just wanted to come in, comment. I'm so still pumped about this Cornwell thing. People are probably going, God, this guy's a fool. He likes Cornwell. It's not that I don't like Cornwell. Let me adjust this a little bit here. New camera. It's real close here, it seems like. Get a better angle. Anyways. It's not that I am in love with Cornwell. I think it's just because of the different factor. You know, I'm just not seeing Cornwell. So I don't have anything new to show you from Cornwell, but I did want to kind of talk over some of the things that I did find after using the stuff a little bit this weekend. And you know, I like keeping my person, or my I like staying the same way that I am, you know. So that's what I like about this channel is what I'm going to try to keep real on this channel is I'm not going to change how I'm making videos. I'm going to try to continue to maintain to keep doing the way they are. I've been getting what I would think is an exorbitant amount of subscribers. I really was shocked. I hadn't really looked at it, and somebody told me, you know, hey, and I had one of the subscribers contact me. I've also had a couple companies contact me now. They said they really liked what I have to say and how I give reviews. Do that in itself definitely concerns me though, because I don't want to change how I'm doing things right now, and I don't want to get free tools and be. I said that on my channel. My channel isn't about getting free tools. And honestly, I don't know how I'm going to approach that or do that yet. If you guys have a suggestion, you know, down in the comment box down there, I would like to, you know, give the tools away if I get them, because I don't need them. I would like to give them away. I think what I should do is if somebody does want to give me tools to review, I think what I want to do is donate them to techs that need them. Because I've noticed even coming in my shop trying to hire guys, they don't have tools. So I think putting together new tools for techs who are wanting to get into the business would probably be the best thing to do. I don't like the fact of giving away tools online. I've heard too many bad things, and I think that it sounds like it's a pain in the ass, especially, you know, Canadian. If shipping stuff to Canada would be great, or Europe. Man, Christ, the freaking shipping alone would kill you. So, anyways, you know, let me know what you guys think. I'm not going to change anything right now. We're going to continue to keep doing things the way I do it. I've always been the same way. I've always had the same passion for tools for a long time, so I don't think there's going to be any problem with me telling people to go fly a kite. If I don't like their stuff, I don't like their stuff. There is companies I'm impressed with. The Capri stuff that I've recently got, which I purchased, they didn't give any of it to me. Capri stuff that I really got, I am really impressed with Capri tools. They do have great fastener sockets like Torx, Allens, and stuff like that. And I do believe that they're probably one of the best right now. But unfortunately, they came at a time when I think Mac, those RBRT bits that I've been reviewing are still going to smoke them. They probably got better strength, but if, you know, I don't know. You know, it's one of those deals. You know, I'd have to do a side-by-side comparison. They might be stronger, but they don't have that fastener technology. And those RBRTs, I'm telling you. I'm not trying to stroke them off too much, but they are freaking, they're killer. I just don't know what to say. I mean, using them, you'll know when you use them that they just bite into a fastener better. So, you know, that is what it is. But we're talking about Cornwell stuff today. We're also going to talk about some other stuff. But let's look over the Cornwell stuff that I already bought and kind of touch base on what I think about these a little bit more than my review where I just jumped in and was like, bah! You know, I'm so excited to have Cornwell, because that's what that was. I was so happy, like so ecstatic to get some stuff that day. So I want to talk a little bit more about these wrenches. You know, the chroming on them and stuff like that. How nice they are. Obviously, Cornwell doesn't make these. These are made in Taiwan. But they are of very good quality, I think. These would be, I would put this quality up with the Capri stuff that I've seen. I would put this up with the Capri, probably Tekton. I think those are probably the best brands. If I wasn't going to buy in a tool truck and I wanted to buy tools, Capri and Tekton, Capri, Tekton, Sunex, Gray Pneumatic would be my go-tos. Honestly, I don't know why anybody would ever go to Harbor Freight to buy anything with those right there, because for a DIY guy, you can get smoking deals on them. They're great tools. And I honestly probably won't ever buy anything from Harbor Freight ever again. I think I'm probably done with I mean, they literally don't build anything themselves. The Icon line isn't built by them. Everything they build is not exclusive, really, to Harbor Freight. It's somebody else's design. It's all marketing for them. I know that's going to flare up with some people, but it's the truth. It is the truth. They're all based off of a bunch of people that are selling stuff and then trying to get a product line built the way they want it. Kind of different color schemes, whatever. And we've already seen the Icon fails and all that stuff. So, anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. Anyhow, back to these things. These jaws on these are really cool, and I have used these a little bit. They're pretty smooth. They open up. They have the metric and standard on each side, like I showed in the other video. And you can see that I've tried these out on some fasteners. I actually had to do some furnace work, so these came in really handy for that. And I think that's probably more along the lines of what this wrench is for me, as if I got to go out somewhere and I just don't know the size of something. I think that's what, because I've never really been a fan of adjustable wrenches. Back when I first started working on stuff and first started loving tools, I was a kid. And my dad, he kind of broke me of using these things. He goes, "You dumb, you keep using these things, you're going to strip out your nuts." Not the ones between my legs. The ones on my bicycle. Because all I did was use these things, and I always just stripped out the fasteners on my bicycle. So I kind of grew a tolerance to not use them and always go get a wrench, get the right size. And that's what changed me. My very first tool set, let me know down in the comment box, Buffalo Tools. Very first tool set I got about 35 years ago. Let's see, wait. About 30 years ago, the very first tool set I got was a Buffalo tool set. Let me know if you guys have ever heard of those. That was my very first tool set. A little socket set, 1/4 inch and 3/8 in a little metal case. I liked it because it was green like S&K, and my dad wouldn't let me use his S&K stuff, so I was like, well, I almost got S&K. It's green. But anyways, yeah. So that wrench right there is actually this is pretty well made. I didn't find too many flaws on it. Now, this next wrench, I did find a few flaws. Like this one right there has got a little pink, got a little dink, like somebody tinked it when it came out of the forge or something. And they've got some casting marks or something right there. I'm not sure what that is. Chroming process. On the other side, it's even more relevant. This wrench does have some issues. You can feel along the edges of this. I can't really see them, but you can feel some like catches. I don't know what it is. And Resto Rods, if you guys haven't watched his channel, there's another little mark on there. Resto Rods, if you haven't watched his channel, Jordan at Resto Rods. I will put a link to his channel down in the description because I think he needs to get the attention. I've been watching his channel since he had like 20 viewers. And he's put out a couple of videos, and Jordan at Resto Rods is really, really, really knowledgeable about chroming. And he's got a lot of good stuff to say about that. He does a couple good reviews on chroming. He does them on screwdrivers, between Mac Snap-on, Matco, ratchets. Jordan is just a super awesome guy. Need to check out his channel if you haven't. I've mentioned it before, but this is another big shout out to him. Jordan is definitely, I've been on his YouTube channel since the beginning, and I think he's a great guy. Very honest, very good dude. Like what he's got to say, and he's knowledgeable. So if you haven't checked out his channel, he works on custom hot rods and stuff. So the last wrench here is the big one, and I once again did not find any flaws on this one. So 2 of the 3 ain't bad, right? I have not used this one a whole lot, but this one's really nice. They do all have the same casting marks inside the little oval handle here, and I do like that because I can get my finger in there and grab those, where most of these crescent wrench holes are kind of small. But you know, like I said, these are made in Taiwan, so they are going to be cheaper wrenches. And I did notice this too. You can see the angle on this. So if you're going into a fastener, it's kind of dipped down. Now if you tip this over, you can really push down and get some super leverage on this. I just like this flat handle idea, twisted handle. It's definitely beefy. This thing's freaking heavy. I wish I had my scale here. I would weigh it for you, but that's that. Like I said, 120 bucks I think is what I gave for it, or something like that. What's that? Maybe 40 bucks a ply, or a wrench for the adjustable wrench. Not bad. They're lifetime guaranteed. I'm really interested to get to looking at some more Cornwell stuff and getting to you know, going after that more. Then I wanted to talk about their handles. Their handles have definitely been interesting, as I found talking to people about what they think about them, if they like them or not. Some people like them, either love them or hate them. But I almost think that's kind of a trend you hear with just about anything. 2 things I noticed. First of all, the blasted tips is not that big a deal. These are Taiwanese Torx drivers. The reason why I got these is because I don't actually have any. The Torx drivers I got are Max, and they're tamper-proof Torx, and they don't make those anymore. I don't want to break those because they do come in handy for certain things when you need a screwdriver, and it's just better. I used to use them on ignitions on GMs a lot. They were super handy. I understand you got bits now, but it's just nice to have a screwdriver. You can go grab it and take it in there, not have to change anything out. But I actually like the bigger handle on this. Not too bad. I used it a little bit, and I noticed that when you, and if you watch RESTO RODS channel again, once again, another shout out, he talks about how snap-on instincts line up with your hand, with your thumb. So when you're putting that on there, and I actually think that these things, you could really get some good torque on these too. But the bigger ones, now I noticed the smaller sizes, this was interesting to me. I don't know why the handles aren't the same, but if you look here, get the, hard to get it in frame here, there we go. The smaller size, so this is a T20, the smaller size have smaller handles, and I noticed that the smaller handles aren't quite as comfortable to me as the bigger handles. So I wish they'd have done the same size handles on the screwdrivers all the way around. Not a big deal, but I feel like I can flip these things around just as fast. I don't really feel like the squareness hinders me a whole lot. I'm interested to use them more and see what happens, see how I like them. But they're nice because they're not square up top, so that's where you do most of your spinning at. But when you're getting down here, you know, like I said, get that thumb right in there in that dish on that handle and just crank on it. So we'll see. So far, so good. I haven't had any time behind them, so I'm really interested to see how these things work. And for 50 bucks, I think it was a great purchase. You know, I didn't definitely need another set of screwdrivers. I can promise you that. I got screwdrivers up the yin yang, more than anybody should need ever, but the Torx I definitely can use. So then let's just talk about this light again. This thing is absolutely, I didn't go over the fact that this is IP66 rated, not 65, IP66, which means this is waterproof too. I have thrown this thing, banged it, dropped it. I was helping a buddy winterize his boat yesterday. I have used the crap out of this thing. It is already getting beat up, and I'll tell you what, I am so happy I bought this. This will be the last light I really probably need. I bought a set of those snap-on wireless rechargeable lights. Those are awesome. They were 200 bucks, but I probably would have bought 2 of these had a Cornwell guy in time when I bought those. So I have enough lights that I don't have to mess around anymore. And I actually think, I used to think, you know, why does a guy need so many lights? Well, when you're working on cars, I have an underhood light. I have 2 of these. Not 2 of these Cornwells, but I have 2 of these. I have one that's an Astro looking light. It's a pile of garbage. I bought it off Amazon for like 15 bucks. It's a piece of crap. It's just on it. It's bound to break. It didn't take any abuse at all, and it was already falling apart. So the thing about it is, you know, under dash stuff like this, I think this will be a great light for that, and that's what I'm always constantly fighting. Then you got, you know, my rechargeable lights. I got like a flashlight, that Snap-on rechargeable. I really like that thing. Been using it a lot, and I'll do a review. I didn't show that in any tool hauls. It's ridiculously expensive. 200 bucks for the set is a little bit outlandish, but I would have bought 2 or 3 of these. Probably could have bought almost 3 of these for that, and I would have probably been just fine with having 3 of them. But I really dig the fact that this little base is removable so that you can have just a stick light. You can switch ends on it. And I went over this, plus it's got this magnet. It's not super strong on the back here, but it is strong enough to, you know, hold on some metal if you get to it. This is a little bit of a pain to get off of it, but that hook on here, I have a problem getting this hook out. That's the only other problem, but you got the hook that you can hang this off from, you know, if you need to. I like it because a guy like me puts in bibs. I can put the whole light like this in my bibs and just work like that too. Super handy for me. Or if you have your shirt pocket, do that. This light's pretty cool, so I'm definitely glad I bought this. Look at it. We'll just show you this. Once again, it's not super strong. You can see it is, I mean, it will hold this little wrench maybe. Yeah, it'll hold this little wrench on its own. So it's not super weak, but it's not super strong. But it will hold it up its own weight, whatever you put it on. You know, it will hold its own weight. That's all that matters. Sorry, it's been getting cold here, so I got a little bit of a cold. Anyways, that's all I got to talk about the Cornwell stuff again. Can't wait to get the other stuff in and review it. Hopefully I'll get a chance to use it before you review it. I will have Cornwell on Fridays, for those of you who are wondering, so you'll probably see the videos on Saturday. So I get Matco and Mac is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and Snap-on's on Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So it kind of just depends on how busy I am and what I got going on. So anyways, now let's talk about the other thing I want to talk about, and that is credentials and taking people's advice. Now, I want to start out by saying that we need everybody's channels on YouTube's for advice, because you can find out the BS from the good stuff. You know, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple research. You can find out somebody's whether or not they're worth a crap on YouTube or not. You can find out a lot by how their channel's going when you see that they've got the same tool company video, 19 of them in a row. What exactly they're doing and who they're promoting. I don't think that there's any reason I'll ever be stuck on one tool brand. Never have been. That was what I said. You know, you'll hear me say it, and I'll say it again. Variety is the spice of tools. The best tool doesn't lie within every tool truck. I've said it before. Snap-on is only the best because they set the standards in the industry. And if you look at everybody's what they're doing. So, point in case, let's just look. Let's start. Snap-on has Blue Point. 70% of Snap-on's tools are made in the United States, and that is a true fact. If you want to compare the fact that the stuff that they don't make is Blue Point, that eliminates them from saying that Snap-on stuff is not, all their stuff is made in the United States. Of course, Blue Point isn't made in the United States, or it's not theirs. Some of the Blue Point is made in the United States, but it's Lyle rebranded. or other tool companies, you know, that are in the United States. But that being said, if you look at every tool company's background and what they do, they've all copied the Snap-on way. Okay, Blue Point was the original second brand of tools, and now you have Matco doing ADV, Silver Eagle. So it's the good, better, best deal. Okay, and guess who else does that? Harbor Freight. Well, Harbor Freight's the young gun of them all. So they have a good, better, best. Hercules. What's the other crap? Earthquake, Hercules, and Bauer. So you got, that's good, better, best. I think they say the Hercules is the best. None of them are brushless, so I don't know why any of them are the best, because they're not brushless even, and everybody else is already on brushless technology. What I feel like Harbor Freight does is take everybody's low-end line, makes that their best line, and then gets cheaper crap. You know, it is what it is. I'm not defending Harbor Freight. I'm not going to go to Harbor Freight anymore. Probably won't see any more tool reviews on Harbor Freight, because I realize that I can buy anything that Harbor Freight makes from companies like Husky. Matco even sells stuff that Harbor Freight makes, believe it or not, because they actually are using the same tool group. You know, there's not as many tool companies making tools as you guys really think out there. There's just a lot of people rebranding it, putting their name on it. But the bottom line is there's one company making it, and they're making it to somebody's specifications, their colors, their styles, whatever. You know, I'm sure that there's actually a company that makes these, and I don't know who it is, and haven't done the research. That's not Cornwell's, but somebody that's making these, and you can buy them from somewhere else. Point in case, Snap-on sells the Baco brand, but Baco is owned by Snap-on, so nonetheless, back to what I'm saying. So Mac does it too. They have their precision line, Mac Tools line, and then the what's the blue stuff? Man, oh man, I'm drawing a blank. I had this all. Anyways, a lot of you guys know what the third one in Mac is. Then you have Cornwell's doing it now. They have Blue Power and Cornwell. Blue Power is their off-brand stuff. Why can I not think of the Mac third one? It's the blue stuff. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Starts with an E. Why aren't you guys talking to me? Tell me what it is. I'm just kidding. Anyways, it'll come to me. You get what I'm saying with this is that everybody's wanting to provide options, okay? And that's the whole bottom line to everything here, okay? Taking somebody's advice should require them, you know, you can have credentials, but I'll tell you what, here's my resume. You want to see my resume? There's 25 years. That's a broken finger from working on cars. Slices in my hand. You can see the scars, you know, where I've cut my hands, you know, doing timing belts and timing chains and, you know, pulling motors and getting my hand smashed behind stuff. Those cuts and all that stuff, that's my resume. So, you know, if a guy can hold up his hands and tell me that he can tell me how good a tool is, and that's his resume, I'll give you all my ASC certifications, but at the end of the day, you know, some people are better at passing tests. That doesn't mean that you should denotate anybody's credentials. You know, this isn't the great debate of tools. I think we need everybody's tool channels out there because they help certain people. I'm not against DIYers. I just think that they, you know, I have a little bit of a bad taste for DIYers because they do things like bring their cars to my shop, such as I had the other day. This guy was a DIYer, brought his Jeep Cherokee to me, and the whole thing was just ripped apart inside, and he said, "Hey, can you fix this?" And I said, "No." I said, "I will not fix this." I said, "I'm not going to go through the problem that you already went through. You know, I want to diagnose it from start to finish." And I just said, when you get it all put back together and it's everything's, you know, buttoned up right, then I will look at it. I said, until then, I'm not. And I said, because you're not going to save yourself any money and time by bringing a car to me that you couldn't fix. That doesn't mean that DIYing is a bad thing. We are short mechanics, so obviously if you can fix your own vehicle That's good. You can save yourself money as a DIYer. That's good. But I have more than enough business at my shop. Not concerned about DIYers taking business away from me. I just don't like it when a DIYer tells me that they're so awesome and yet they're bringing their vehicles to somebody else to fix them, okay? I've got years of experience and time and effort into keeping up on this stuff, and it's not being arrogant, okay? I'm just telling you that I put a lot of time, and a lot of professionals do, where they have to go and they have to learn this new stuff that's coming out. For instance, GM techs, Ford techs, Chrysler techs, they are very astute when it comes to knowing those vehicles. And I'm saying, and they're probably better at knowing those vehicles than I am, because I work on all makes and models. And the only advantage I have is that I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. Like I've said before, is that I can figure out different models and different issues because I've had to deal with those. Really good at removing terrible, rounded, rusted, and shitty fasteners too, because that's what I do a lot. Everybody brings garbage to me. My shop literally gets trash thrown at us all the time because nobody wants to fix it. I get complicated, extremely hard stuff. It's really hard for me to video that stuff too because I have so much of it. I mean, every single day I have problem after problem of guys that are just dumping stuff that they can't fix onto my shop. I take that as a compliment. Doesn't mean that I'm the smartest guy in the world, but it means I'm willing to figure it out. I do it at a fair price, and I don't overcharge people. So, you know, if there's a diagnostic issue, you know, if I've got a CAN bus communication issue with a vehicle, and I have to, and if I don't know exactly where to start to research, especially like I had on this other vehicle that was like a 2016, I hadn't ever been to that issue before, so I had to figure out a process to diagnose that. And I don't feel like I can charge the customer for that, learning how to do that process. So that might take an hour to learn that process. I don't charge the customer for that. So therefore, there's an hour of my time that I've lost. It hurts me, yes. It does hurt me, and it's frustrating because I get a lot of those problems, and you know, I get a lot of hard stuff. And I'm talking a lot here, and we're getting late into the video, but nonetheless, I've just noticed that these videos are starting to surface again where we're getting controversy back and forth. I thought we had this squashed. I made my mistakes and got on other people's channels and made comments that were negative. I don't want to be negative, and I wish we would stop this bickering because it's not worth it. I think that there is input from DIYers that's helpful, and I understand that they don't need to buy tool truck tools. And I agree that there's alternatives they can have out there. My channel is to provide for the professional mechanic and the people who want to have quality stuff. I'm only going to promote the stuff that I think is the best stuff. It's not for me to just get the job done. You know, for instance, started punches. You know, you can go out and buy a regular set of punches, but for me, I want quality. The knurling on this punch, the quality on this punch, the machining on this punch, you don't get that with any other punches. You can go buy cheap ones and they'll get the job done, but I don't care. I want the best. Starrett builds one of the best punch sets ever. These things in this little tube are almost $100 just for these punches, but you can see the craftsmanship that goes into these things. So, and before my video cuts off, I got to, because it'll delete. I just got to say thank you guys once again for being great subscribers, commenting on my videos. I'm super, super happy that this channel is going the way it's going. I really, really am super excited about all the feedback I get, especially lately. And I hope we can keep going in this direction. And I hope that I can provide more content that is informational and different and exciting and entertaining. Because mostly YouTube is entertaining. But also, I want to have some good content that's informational. I get really excited. I bumble a lot. And I'm just an average Joe. Jack of all trades, master of none. But thanks for watching, guys. CP the Tool Addict here. Love you guys. Check out Resto Rods channels. Like I said, do not get... I'm going to put a link in the description. Check out his channel. You're going to like it. Like, comment, share. Smash that like button. Ring that bell. CP the Tool Addict is out. And I apologize for this video if it uploads late. I'm not up late every night. It takes a while to upload them. I video these at like 10, 11 o'clock and then go to bed. And then I get up at like 6:37 in the morning. So, thanks for watching, guys. Love ya. Keep on wrenching.